If you are unemployed right now, you may feel like your life has suddenly become harder to explain to other people. You may wake up already feeling left behind. You open your phone, sitting in a quiet room, reading polite rejection emails that still feel heavy. Unemployment often looks quiet from the outside. But inside the mind, many invisible battles are happening at the same time. Fear of money, fear of judgment, fear of falling behind, fear that your old identity is disappearing. In a world where people often ask what you do before they even ask your name, unemployment becomes a psychological weight, because suddenly the easiest question in a conversation becomes the hardest one to answer. You sit in front of a laptop, but you are not typing. You are just staring. I used to feel useful. I used to know where I belonged. Now I feel replaceable. You still breathe. You still move. Your body is not broken. So why do you look like the tribe left you behind? That question is closer than it sounds. I didn't just take your job, it took your role. Unemployment does not only remove work, it removes rhythm, it removes structure, and sometimes it removes the small proof that society still has a place for you. Late at night, you scroll through job websites again. You see hundreds of job posts. Some ask for experience you do not have yet. Some offer much less than what you used to earn. And some sound like 3 different jobs hiding inside one title. I studied. I worked hard. I built a career. I thought that meant I was safe. In my world, when hunting became difficult, we feared hunger. But you fear opening your own email. Because every email can tell me I am not needed. This is the first hidden state of unemployment. Not only fear, but shame. The kind of shame that makes someone avoid relatives, avoid friends, avoid even simple questions. A family dinner appears. The room is calm. No one is angry. Someone simply asks, "So, how is work lately?" You freeze for a second. You still try to smile politely, but inside, something quietly drops. Sometimes, nobody attacks you, but your brain hears danger anyway. Because it is not only listening to words, it is measuring your place in the group. So my brain thinks unemployment means I am worthless. No, but it may think you are losing your place. My place? In a tribe, everyone had a role. Someone found food. Someone watched the fire. Someone cared for the children. A role was not just work, it was belonging. This is why losing work can hurt in a way that feels larger than money. Modern work gives income, but it also gives signals: routine, status, usefulness. When all of these signals disappear at once, the nervous system can feel like the ground has moved. That is exactly what it feels like. The world is still here, but my place inside it feels unclear. Pressure on top of pressure. Unemployment is not one pressure. It is pressure stacked on pressure. Money pressure, family pressure, social comparison, and the quiet question inside: did I waste years of my life? This is why many unemployed people feel tired, even when they did almost nothing all day. Uncertainty itself is exhausting. The brain keeps trying to predict a future it cannot see. I keep thinking, what if the market no longer needs my field? What if AI can do what I spent years learning? At first, I thought you only feared hunger. Now I see more. A person without a clear role can feel exposed, not because he is weak, because the body wants to know where it belongs. This is not a small personal weakness. It is an ancient social alarm activated inside a modern job market. Why good people still lose work. You sit surrounded by certificates. A framed award leans against the wall. An old work badge lies on your desk. I was not lazy. I was not careless. I had experience. I had a good salary. I had a position. So why did it disappear? Sometimes the answer is painfully simple. The market changed. The role became less needed. The salary became harder for a company to justify. The skill was still real, but the environment around it shifted. Ancient world. Skills changed slowly. Tools stayed useful for many seasons. A hunter's knowledge could last for years. Modern world. Tools change quickly. Industries shift within years. AI can compress many tasks into one workflow. Even the people building AI are not pretending this transition will be easy. Sam Altman has warned that some job categories may disappear, not just change slowly, but disappear from the map of work. Elon Musk has suggested something even stranger. AI may one day make many kinds of work less necessary. And then the question becomes deeper. If work is no longer the center of life, where does a human being find meaning? The technology is new, but the fear underneath it is ancient. The fear of no longer being useful. The fear of no longer having a role. So studying hard means nothing. No, education still matters. But education and employment are not the same system. A degree proves you learned. The market asks whether your current skills solve current problems. In my world, learning meant watching the land, the tracks, the wind, the animals, the older hunters. We learned from the environment. We learned from each other. That is why humans survived. A lost role is not the same as a lost person. But the brain can confuse the two, because for many years, your work may have been the main proof that you were useful. So when that proof disappears, the brain does not calmly update the plan. It panics. But I do not even know what to learn next. Good. Good? It means you are looking again. When one trail disappeared, we did not scream at the forest. We looked for smaller signs. A broken branch, a new footprint, a different path near water. In modern life, those signs may look different. A field you never considered before, a small project someone needs help with, a problem people keep paying to solve. So the point is not to find the perfect answer tonight. Exactly. The first step is not always a final plan. Sometimes it is simply calming the nervous system enough to see the next small sign. In my world, there were seasons when hunting became difficult. The animals moved away. The river changed. We did not call ourselves useless. We protected food. We wasted less. We watched the land carefully, and we waited for the next sign. So I should just be positive. No, do not pretend the season is easy, but do not mistake this season for your whole life. You are not the empty forest. You are the one learning how to read it again. This is the emotional center of unemployment. The pressure may not disappear quickly, but when you can name the pressure, it stops being one giant, invisible monster. It is not proof that you should be ashamed. It is not proof that your role is gone forever. Maybe the future will not return your old role. Sometimes a changing world does not destroy a person. It forces the brain to search for parts of itself that the old role never needed. You write down small ideas. You help someone with a small task. You read job posts differently now, not as judgment, but as signs. A new path usually does not appear as a giant door. It often appears as a small signal, a small curiosity about a field you never had time to notice before. When food disappeared from one place, we searched the land again, not because we were weak, because survival requires learning. Humans survive by learning. We learn from the environment. We learn from other people. You are still sitting there. The laptop is still open. The future is still uncertain. Nothing is magically solved, but the room feels a little less heavy. Maybe this season of your life feels frightening. Maybe the world changed faster than you expected. Maybe your old role is not coming back in the same shape. Sometimes The next direction only becomes visible after the old path disappears. So maybe the goal today is not to solve your whole future. Maybe it is simply to become calm enough to notice one small sign, one new skill, one honest conversation. You may not have the answer yet, but you still have the ability to carry yourself through a changing world. The ability to learn, to adapt, and to find meaning again in a field you never imagined before. Thank you for watching Ancient Brain. If this video helped you understand your mind in a calmer way, subscribe, and we will keep looking at modern problems through ancient survival instincts.